Welcome to the 8th and final week of the Northern Shield Gaming Academy. I am Zykmoa, a professional Fortnite player for Serenity Esports. This week we will be talking about advanced gameplay to prepare you for future academies and more competitive gameplay. It has been a pleasure working with you guys all over the last 8 weeks, and we hope you took home some valuable new skills. Some of the tips we're going to talk about this week are going to take a little bit more time and practice than the previous weeks, but once you are able to implement them into your game, you will notice a large and significant improvement. Now, this one may seem more basic than you expect, but actually, it's hard to master. This is the window peek. With the window peek, you want to ensure that you're right hand peeking it, of course, but ensure that when you do shoot, you reset and hold right away so you can't get traded back on easily. Holding the wall afterwards ensures that it still remains yours after your opponent's shot breaks it. Practicing this and being able to do it fast will ensure that you have a big advantage when making trades on your enemy. Also, for easier right hand peeks, distance yourself from the wall after you make the window. You'll notice that if you're super close to the wall will eat up your shot and it's really hard to do a proper right hand peek. This is a good general tip whenever making right hand window peeks, because this ensures that you're able to get a bigger right hand buffer zone and ensure you get better trades. Window edits, in my personal opinion, is one of the most underrated edits you can make to right hand. It's a really small opening, so you do not expose yourself a lot, but you're still able to get a very big right hand advantage. Practice this edit a lot. It seems basic, but it's really advanced to master, and it's really hard to do properly. It'll make you take way less damage in fights in general, and make you win your fights way more often. The second advanced tactic is to practice full boxing an opponent, but specifically through the middle window. The biggest downside in full boxing is the danger of getting shot when you're placing all of your builds. Take a look at this example of a bad way to full box someone. You can remedy this by using a window. However, since windows are smaller edits, this also makes it harder to full box unless you've practiced and mastered this beforehand. When mastered, the window full box can be extremely strong. First, edit the window. Then prioritize placing the cone in the box and the cone at the top of the box by wiggling your mouse across the top half and the bottom half of the window. This does not have to be a big wiggle, just find that sweet spot and you just have to move your mouse a very small amount. Getting the cones in first is key. Then look to place the walls and prioritize the left or right side depending on the side that the enemy seems to be running towards. Then finish your full box and go for the shot. If you do not have an easy shot through the window, feel free to reset the wall and go for another edit instead. You do not have to use the window edit to go for your shot. You can make a different one, whatever you prefer, depending on the scenario and where the opponent is inside the box. Now, this third tactic is something we see cliques using all the time. This is the long range wall edit. With this tactic, you can edit walls from a full box away as long as their two conditions are true. Number 1, you are hugging the closest side of the box that you're currently in. And number 2, there's a big enough edit in the wall directly in front of you. Let me demonstrate the tactic first, and then we'll talk about these conditions in which it is possible to execute said tactic. So to execute this tactic, we'll need to firstly have your wall bind out already. This is specifically what gives you your extra edit range. Then once you have your wall bind out, you can press edit and proceed normally from here. Notice that this long range edit trick works on resets as well. So you can pull your wall out and then try scroll resetting or resetting as normal from long range. Let me also note that this edit trick does not work through windows. It's best to be right-handing something like a peanut butter edit while performing this trick. So this is what I was talking about earlier with the conditions. So try to avoid windows and doors when you're trying to execute this tactic, because you won't be able to grab the wall through these small edits. You need a big wide edit, maybe preferably a right hand, so that you are not getting shot while you're doing the tactic, as it sometimes may take long, but it will catch your opponent off guard, and this is the biggest benefit you get. Sometimes your opponent just sees you really far away and did not expect the fact that you can edit this far away. Usually when you first start out this tactic, it will be somewhat slow, but this is just a matter of practice. So just make sure you're going to creative yourself and you're practicing this tactic before you try it out in a real game, and you'll find success with it. The final trick has helped me get a lot of kills that I otherwise would not have gotten, and this is the double piece control trick. This trick allows you to place a cone plus the wall or a stair plus the wall almost instantaneously after you break the wall itself. So let me explain. The way to perform this tactic is to break the wall how you normally would when you're trying to take an enemy wall. And when the wall breaks, just insert a stair or cone right before you place the wall. This works better on low ping players, but even 60 ping players can do this well if the opponent is not holding the wall. And you can surprise them by piece controlling their box before you even grab the wall itself. Look at the example I'm showing on screen, and this will help you understand how to do this tactic properly. This allows you to have their box fully piece controlled already before you make your wall edit, and this allows you to get a very surprising shot off on your opponent as they try to build a stair when they realize you have their wall, but they do not realize you already piece controlled their box before you took the wall. You're one step ahead of the opponent, and this could really catch people off guard. Practice this a lot with a friend who is holding their wall, and I think you can get really good at the timing and also making this a habit every time you are taking a wall. It's almost always good to do this anytime you're taking a wall on an enemy, and I think there is rarely any situation where you would not do this. I think you would almost always prefer to do this version of taking a wall compared to the normal way that everyone's used to. This is only better. So I would practice this in creative just as well. You might need a friend. That's the only restriction that you have with this tactic. But if you can do this and practice as well, you will find that you'll surprise a lot of people. Anyways, guys, I hope these skills help bring your gameplay to the next level. Again, I want to thank you all for the last 8 weeks and sticking through this whole bootcamp. Of course, we hope to see you again. I am Zykmoa. You can follow me at Zykmoa TV on Twitter and Zykmoa on all other social medias. We will see you next time for Northern Shield Gaming Academy.
Hey guys, it's week 8. You have survived the intense gaming academy. Congrats. We hope you had fun and enjoyed your time with the coaches. We certainly had fun with you. In the following week, we will announce the winners based on points, attitudes, design, and more. Our grand prize is the AMD Ryzen 7 Armory PC, fitted with an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 graphic card and upgraded with FireCUDA solid-state drive, sponsored by Canada Computers, AMD, and Seagate. We hope you're the lucky winner, and we know you'll make good use of this PC. We thank everyone for joining the Academy. Look to see you next time.